Okay. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning.
You is crazy.
Great morning, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Baby, you take that box back in the guest room for me. You put them shoes in there and take it in there for me. Please, I appreciate you. I apologize for the delay, y'all. And listen, I planned on being on time. My phone was a hotline today. Hey, April. Great morning, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Christina. How you doing, gorgeous? Hey, Jackie. Good to see you.
You gotta call her Mimi.
I'm not calling her no Mimi. My husband's talking about, you got to call her Mimi. That is Christina. She don't want to be known as Mimi. The Mimi. Okay? All right, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come. You so exaggeratory.
It's early in the morning.
Great day, Jason. Hey, Lisa. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing. All right, y'all. Listen, honey, y'all know what we do and how we do it. Hey, hey. And today's word is absolute fire. I need you to get everybody you can on this live because this word is so fire. It literally shifted me this morning. I'm trying to tell y'all, look, get folks on this live. It's crazy. So while I'm telling y'all that, let me go ahead and go in and share. I'm going to go in and share. Let me turn on the do not disturb. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me share. Y'all share, send it out to people personally, okay? Not just put it on your page. It's some people that need it in their inbox, in their messenger this morning, okay? Let me put it on my story. I'm telling you, this word right here is going to answer some questions that you guys have because it answered some questions that I had, okay? Questions I didn't even know I had, but I had, okay? All right, let me get this out. Oh my goodness. I'm telling y'all, listen, y'all, oh my goodness. I'm gonna get into it in a minute. But I've shared. And now it's time for our shot. Listen, so y'all know we have a whole remix, a new song, right? Oh, Jason said it shifted me as well. I said, good God from Zion. Me too, Jason. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, that's fire right there. So y'all know we got to shake it up. I'm not going to drink this one. I'm back home. I got my shot glass. But listen, we got to shake it up. We got to shot. Everybody shake. Hey, shake the devil off. Hey, go, baby. Shake. Shake the devil off. Right? So we shake, we open, we drink, or in my case, I shake, I pour, I drink. Listen, baby, here is to You trying to do everything fast today. Here's to the promised land that awaits. Cheers. Hey. Woo! My husband, y'all, that's what I'm going to say. Listen, if you don't have some Alive, you need to get some Alive. Make sure you get you some Alive. Participate in the Alive Challenge. We started on the 7th. Listen, take you a shot or two of Alive every day and see the transformation that you go through. Not just physically, right? But your mood. I want you to pay attention to your appetite. All of those things. Angel number 122 come into play. Get you a shot. All right. If you want to join us in the Alive Challenge, Put alive in the comments. We'll help you get your alive so that you can participate. Now, here we go, y'all. Listen, today's word. I said, my God. I'm going to tell y'all something. Sometimes I'll write things, and it's only when I go back and read it that I'm like, whoa, that was deep. So I'm going to read angel number 122 before I get started and read this, and we're going to see the correlation and connection and how God is aligning things for our lives. So hold on one second and let me get to angel number 122.
You gonna pick up trash?
I don't know, baby. Babe, I'm excited. I was excited when I saw that. Babe.
We'll talk about that after you get off. They won't let me be right.
Oh, goodness.
My overall today.
Okay. Angel number 122. Angel number 122 brings forth the energy of change and growth. It asks you to leave old issues in the past and embrace a more positive, hold on. Where's it at? It asks you to trust in yourself and the universe to move forward with your goals, okay? When I say universe, I need y'all to understand that I mean everything in the universe working together for your good. Why? Because God requires it to. Okay, I want y'all to know that, right? It says there is a flow of energy in your life right now, bringing forth new ideas and ways of expressing yourself. Your guardian angels want you to let go of any fears or anxieties that are holding you back from moving into the next stage of your life. Y'all, I want y'all to hear this because God is up to something. You are feeling pretty positive right now, and your guardian angels want to support your wonderful outlook on life. Because of your positive energy, you are able to work towards your goals and achieve your dreams. Positive change in your personal life is coming easy to you right now. Perhaps you're kicking a bad habits, or stamping out any fears that are affecting your journey. You have your eyes firmly set on the future, and your guardian angels are supporting you every step of the way. Embrace the energy that surrounds you with angel number 122 and follow your dreams. Now, let me slide over here and read the devotion for today. Okay. All right. Day 3, the promised land awaits. I'm going to be reading from Numbers 13, and I'm going to be reading from the New Living Translation. The promised land awaits. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, send men to spy out the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. From each tribe of their fathers you shall send a man, every one a leader among them. Then they told him and said, we went, okay, that was 1 and 2. So they went on the trip. Now they done came back. Verse 27, then they told him and said, we went to the land where you sent us. It truly flows with milk and honey, and this is its fruit. And they showed him a big grape the size of a man's head. Nevertheless, the people who dwell in the land are strong. The cities are fortified and very large. Moreover, we saw the descendants of Anak there. Now, Anak was a giant, okay? Verse 30, then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome it. But the men who had gone up with him said, we are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, the land through which we have gone as spies is a land that devours its inhabitants. And all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. There we saw the giants, the descendants of Anak came from the giants. And we were like grasshoppers in our own sight. And so we were in their sight. Now, I want y'all to listen to this devotion because when I read it, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. For many of us, much like Moses, we have sent out spies to check out the land that God has promised us. We may have checked it out ourselves, but much like the spies sent out by Moses, we look at the land and we see the milk and honey. However, as good as the milk and honey look, and as big and juicy as the grapes are, we become overwhelmed by the presence of the giants in the land. We begin to focus on how small we appear in the face of the current occupants. In fact, the, their mere presence without them threatening us or even seeing us is enough to activate our fear instinct. The instinct kicks in, and in spite of the beauty, majesty, and richness of the land, the fear begins to overwhelm us and cause us to run the other way. My God. My God. In psychology, we would say that the fight or flight impulse has been triggered. The problem is that we tend to learn to automatically go in one direction or the other. We have a default response when we encounter things that trigger fear. Some people automatically go into flight mode. They automatically run away. Some people automatically go into fight mode. They automatically fight. In Numbers 13, the spies that Moses sent out came back with a report. They all agreed that the land was flowing with milk and honey and fruit the size of a man's head. However, one set was overwhelmed with the size of the people in the land. They felt intimidated and small in a land of giants. For them, the bounty that was in the land was not worth the risk of facing those giants. Caleb, on the other hand, saw the bounty, the plenty, the abundance, and he knew that they could take the land. He believed what God said and was ready to fight. You see, some people default to flight. They have runner spirits. Others default to fight. They have fighting spirits. Which one are you? Well, that depends on what you've experienced in life that taught you which way to go, which way is safer. God has laid out our promised land, but there will be giants. There will be fights we must engage in to get to the promised land. And if we are not able to face the giants, stand up to the giants, and fight the giants, then we will never be able to defeat the giants. I'm asking you to consider your automatic and learned response patterns. Maybe that's that psychology right there. You can change it. You can make a change if you choose to do so. Caleb refused to accept the perspective and the fear of those who went with him. Instead, he chose to believe the report of the Lord. When God shows you your promised land, you have to decide if you believe God enough to fight for the place he has called yours. If you won't fight for it, then you don't deserve it. You better know that God has a place just for you. And if you know that to be true, then you better get ready to fight like your life depends on it, because it does. We must understand that even when we see the obstacles to our promised land and our place of promise, it is our responsibility to trust God and believe what he said, not what we see. We must get to the point that the promise is bigger to us than the problems that we will face. So today, understand that the place God is taking you to may be occupied already with people who look like giants. But we serve a God who gives us giant slaying authority. It is up to you to take dominion over the territory that God has promised you and walk in the fullness thereof. My God, today, let me tell y'all something. When I read this devotion, like I didn't write it, right? But it's been a long time since I read it. When I read this devotion, I'm going to tell you three promised lands that God had shown me, and that I like. Some of it, I'll be like, okay, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Listen. So the first thing God brought to my remembrance was a conversation that I had with my daddy. And my daddy talked about the place that I occupy in his life. And he said, nobody can remove you from the place that you occupy in my life. Nobody can do that. And don't you allow anyone to do that. And don't you do that, right? That was the first thing that I thought about. The second thing that I thought about, listen, was my marriage. Because in marriage, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have obstacles. But God made me a promise as it relates to my marriage. I am unwilling to abdicate the promise because of a challenge or a problem. I'm unwilling to walk away from what God promised me because it don't always look like what I want it to look like or feel like what I want it to feel like. I refuse to give up my position as a wife, right, to an amazing man, because sometimes that amazing man rubs me wrong. Listen to me. The third thing I thought about was this business, right? This business. Listen, let me tell y'all something. God made me some promises when it came to this business, when it came to these products, when it came to the lives that I was going to be able to impact in this business. And I had to look at myself and say, self, I don't care what happens. I don't care what obstacles you run into. I don't care who don't believe. I don't care who don't get it. Don't you dare back up. Look, there is no promise that God has made you, no promised land that he is going to take you to where there will be no obstacles. Get that out of your head. I need y'all to get a different mindset. I need y'all to understand that what God is doing in this season, you don't want to, this need to be your prayer. Lord, whatever you're doing in this season, don't do it without me. Don't do it without me. See, this is what I know. This is what I know. I'm going to tell y'all something, and I need y'all to catch this, right? Envision You is going to be a multi-billion-dollar business. It's going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. And listen, I know that my spot is an amazing spot. I came in at a great time, and I have the opportunity to position people and help a lot of people. You think I'm going to walk away? Baby, let me tell y'all something. It's some folks that were there when the company first began that walked away. Listen to me. That walked away. That are going to come back. It's some folks that were here at the beginning of the company that walked away that are going to look back later and wish they had not walked away. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, look, you got to understand what God has promised you, and you got to be willing to fight for it. So I'm going to talk about me because I don't want to talk about y'all because I don't want y'all to be offended. But I'm going to talk about me, okay? So I know my automatic responses, okay? I have two of them, okay? The first one is flight. She's a runner. She's a track star. She won't get away, or she can't get away. She won't get far. I don't know. But all my life, I've been a runner. Listen, I'm a run. I'm going to avoid it. I'm going to not deal with it. Like that's been, I've been a runner. I've been a runner. For the first time in my life, I am permanently flat-footed standing as a fighter. Now, if I cannot fight, I'm going to not fight. But I can fight. I know how to fight, and I fight when necessary. But I want you to know this because I need you to understand that regardless of whether your natural automatic response is fight or flight, you're going to have to fight to get to the promised land. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. You want an amazing marriage? You're going to have to fight for that. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight starting with you. The fight starts with you. Let me say it again. The fight starts with you. In any promised land God is trying to get you to, the fight starts with you in your own mind. Because let me tell you something about our minds. Our minds will be going places and be like, I know they did it. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Look, you got to make a decision that God, the land that God promised you, that the promise is bigger than the obstacle. The promise is bigger than the fights that you're going to have to engage in. Come on and be willing to deal with you. Deal with you. You got to deal with you. If you're going to get to the promised land, I want y'all to think about this now. Caleb went with them and they all saw the same thing. If they all saw the same thing, why was Caleb's response so different to what he saw? See, you may find yourself in situations where your response is very different from the response of other people. So what? So what? Don't you let other people's scary behind responses cause you to run from what God has ordained for you. Cause you to miss out on your promised land because it don't make sense to them. They don't understand it. Bump them people. I'm trying to help somebody today. Is anybody getting help today? Anybody getting helped? Because I'm trying to help somebody today. And the help starts with me. I'm starting with trying to help me. I'm starting with helping me. Do you understand? I told y'all this fast was going to be different. It's the last fast of the year, right? These 21 days as we look and begin to go forward. Listen, I'm telling you, God is going to reveal what needs to be revealed to you. Even today, when I was at the gym, he began to speak to me. He said, I need you to read this book, and I want you to tell the team to read it. I said, okay, God. And I started reading the book, and I said, oh my God, this deals so much with life, period. Just life. We don't want nobody to tell us no. We're afraid of failure, but we're afraid of success because we don't want people to feel no type of way about it. Again, I say, bump them people. I'm knocking stuff off. I'll clear this whole table. I'll clear this whole table. I don't care. Bump them people. Stop allowing people who will never be where you want to be. They don't even want to go there. Stop allowing them to dictate how you do what you do. So because somebody said no to you, oh, your feelings is hurt. So now you just don't sit back because you don't want nobody to say no to me. Say no so I can go on to the next person. I just got to go through the nose. I just got to go through the nose. I got to go through because I know it's somebody out there that's got a Caleb spirit. It's somebody out there that's going to see the promised land. Yeah, they're going to see the land flowing with milk and honey. They're going to see the grapes the size of a man's head. They're going to see it, and they're going to be willing to face the giants and fight the giants that they must because they're going to know that they can get there. They're going to know, oh, I can do this. They're going to know it. They're going to know it. I'm looking for some Calebs. Where are the Calebs at? I'm looking for some Calebs. Where are the Calebs at who know that their current situation does not dictate their future? But their choices in their current situation absolutely determine their future. So if you're doing the same thing that you've always done, that ain't working. That hasn't produced the life that you desire. And you keep doing it, you're going to keep getting the same thing. But if you be willing, if you be willing to take God at his word, to accept the promises that he's made you and fight the good fight of faith, you will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Y'all waiting to see it when you die. I don't, listen, I'm talking about now. I'm talking about now. The kingdom of God is at hand. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. It's at hand. It's within hand's reach. But you're not going to just be able to get to it. You're going to have to go through some stuff. And if you ain't willing to go through no stuff, you'll never get to it. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Ever get to it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Thank you, baby. Baby, I just knocking stuff.
I heard you. I seen you.
Babe, we fighting the fight.
We leaving them. If they don't see the vision, that's their problem.
That's my baby. If they don't see the vision, they got to get left. We'll still love you, but we'll love you from the other side on the beach, in the mansion, with the pool. Listen, we'll love you from over there. And if you don't want to cross the bridge, it's your business. We ain't even going to be mad at you because you don't want to come across the bridge. We ain't even going to be mad. We're going to be mad, babe. We ain't even going to be mad if you don't want to come across the bridge. We ain't going to be mad at you. We're not going to be mad. But God is true to his word. He's true to his word. And if y'all allow people, listen, if y'all allow people and their perspectives and their thoughts and their feelings and what they would and wouldn't do and what they would and wouldn't accept and what they would and wouldn't deal with, if you allow that to dictate whether you fight or whether you run, you're going to be in a bad shape all of your life, because your life is going to be determined by the opinions of people. I have the privilege of pouring into the lives of a lot of people. And y'all, I'm just going to be real with you. Half the time, they don't like me. I said what I said. They don't like me.
And the other half don't even listen.
Half the time, they don't like me. They love me, but they don't like me. They don't like me because I say the hard stuff. Christina said, I'm terrified of bridges, but I'm coming across. Listen, I see it. I'm going to tell y'all something. I literally see this, right? I literally see us having private masterminds for our leaders, right, on our team, where they come and they spend, some days with us in our mansion, and we mastermind and we do life and we do photo shoots and we write the vision and we talk about where we're taking it to next. We talk about our next steps. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. And we share stories of when we first got started. Remember when we first got started and we couldn't figure this part out? And remember when you figured out the residual part and then you began to teach us the residual part and everybody was popping up that residual money like pop, 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 pop. Like popcorn. You remember that? I'm going to be like, yeah, y'all, I'm telling y'all remember when we just popped out like people hitting that, joining the 500 club, like pop, 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 pop. Like what? Like we were playing like we was playing spades, baby. We was popping the flyers like we was playing spades. Oh, y'all thought it was a game. Y'all thought, pow. Y'all thought it was a game. Pow. Y'all thought it was a game. Pow, 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 pow. We're gonna run the whole board because it's not a game. And I didn't come to play. We didn't come to play, and we not playing. But everybody won't go. And that's the price you pay, right? When you're going to the promised land. That place that God has promised you, you're going to have to leave some people. Now, I know we're not talking about people today. That's tomorrow. But I'm just telling you, you're going to have to leave some people to get to the place. And I think it's time for you to be real honest with yourself about where you are in terms of the promises that God has made you. I think it's time for you to be real honest with yourself about, like, do you believe God or not? Right? I think it's important for you to take some time today to really answer the questions associated with this devotion. Like, really answer the questions for you. I don't answer them for me. Don't answer them for nobody else. Listen, answer them for you. Be real with you so that God can work with what you got, work with where you are. Yesterday I said, we said we believe God, right? We say it, but our actions show that we don't. See, the truth of the matter is, of the spies that were sent, Caleb was the only one whose actions aligned with believing God. And that's what he said. He said, we can take it. We can take the land. We can possess it. We can possess it. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back to the text, right? Let me go back to the text. Caleb said, he quieted the people before Moses. The people just talking. Oh, it's giants. Oh, I don't want to be with them giants. I don't know. Caleb said, shh. Everybody just shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. And then he said, let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome. Not just we're able, we're well able to overcome it. But the man that had gone up with him said, we are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. Let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all are saying, oh, I'm not able to do that because, I gotta focus on my job that pays me this salary that I don't even like, That's not what I'm worth. Or you say, I'm not worthy of that, or somebody else can do it, but I can't do it. Listen, the promised land awaits you. And for me, I'm talking about for me, this company and these products are part of my promised land, right? For me, that's for me. And I'm not saying that you got to do this, but you need to be clear about where your promised land is. Where is your promised land? What is it that God has promised you? God promised me that I would be a multi-billionaire and that I would help make millionaires. Well, if I can't do that, if I don't have a way to do it, and I'm sorry, you can do a whole lot of speaking, but speaking alone is not going to get you there. You can write a lot of books, but a lot of books alone is not going to get you there. Listen, when I found a vehicle that would allow me to get there, and I always knew that it would be through network marketing. I always knew that. I always knew it would be through multi-level marketing. Why? Because it requires the efforts of a lot of people to make it happen, not just mine. I can't do it by myself, and I know that. And so I'm excited because network marketing, multi-level marketing allows me the opportunity to pour into the lives of a lot of people that otherwise I wouldn't have an opportunity to pour into, right? And to help them see their value and understand that they can do it and get to the promised land. Call me Harriet Tubman. Somebody said I look like Harriet Tubman yesterday. I'm going to look like Harriet Tubman today. Why? I'm taking people to freedom. I'm taking people to freedom. It's my assignment to set the captives free. And many of us are captives. Captives of our minds. We're captives of people's opinions and perspectives. We're captives of our fears. We're captives of, you know what, a fear of failure. We're captives of our health. We're captives of our jobs. We're captives of religion. We're captives. And I came to set the captives free. That's my whole job. Jesus said it best, when he said, I've come to set the captives free, to give sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, speech to the mute. Listen, to replace mourning with joy for those who are mourning. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I see it, and I see it so super clearly now. Like I see it so super clearly. And it saddens me when I know that we have the solution and people can't see it, or for whatever reason don't accept it as their solution. It saddens me. Angel number 144. And nonetheless, I cannot stop. Nonetheless, I cannot stop. Just because someone does not believe it, or they're not willing, doesn't mean I'm going to stop. It means that I'm going to take all, whosoever will. Baby, you better say it. He who started a good work in me is faithful and just to bring it to completion. And God started this work. Listen, everything about my life, God did this. God did it. God did it. And it was good. So when I'm agitated with my husband, I have to remind myself, God did this. When I'm frustrated in business, I have to remind myself, God did this. When I'm frustrated in my family, I have to remind myself, God did this. And if God did it, it's good. So what I got to fight? I'm going to fight. Because let me tell you what's not going to happen. I'm not missing out on what God has for me. Period. I'm going into the promised land. Okay, let me look at angel number 144. Symbolizing success, resourcefulness, and trust. Angel number 144 may indicate that you need to build. Hold on. Okay. It said meditative practices in order to help you get to your goals. It's a sign of determination and hard work. It brings a message that to prepare for future security, you must focus on building a solid foundation today. By taking a disciplined approach to your goals and dreams and accepting the importance of your thoughts and actions, the importance your thoughts and actions have on your reality, you can manifest your heart's desire. Man, listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. This number often appears when our angels want to encourage us to strive for our goals, but see, we need to focus on for our goals, but see, we need to focus on our goals, but see, we need to keep an eye out for the beauty and positivity that comes along with all things and be prepared to wrap up a project you thought you would still be working on. New opportunities are winding their way to you. Angel number 144. I can't tell you all what to do. I can't tell you where your promised land is, but I encourage you to ask the question and listen for the answer. The journal questions for today are: where is your promised land or lands? What giants are currently occupying your promised land or lands? What have you done in the past when faced with giants in your promised land? Did that response get you to your promises? If not, what is your next response? You can't change the responses of the past, but you can change your responses now. Are you willing to fight for the promised land or lands God has already given you? Can you see the promise as bigger than the giants? If so, what is your line of attack? What will you do? And then finally, find some scriptures that you can declare over your life and situation that remind you that you have the ability to defeat the giants occupying your promised land or lands. The affirmation for today is: God has given me my promised land and I am prepared to take dominion. If you are prepared to take dominion, type dominion in the comments. Type dominion in the comments. If you're prepared to take dominion, let today be the day that you slap the car down like you getting ready to get that book. You got the joke and you like, bam! And you take that book that you know set your opponents. Bam! Type dominion in the comments. Type dominion, Dominion. If you spell it wrong, don't worry about it. Just type it in there. Do something. Don't be scared of spelling it wrong. Don't be scared of what people are going to think. God know what you're saying. Yes, April. Yes, Lisa. Yes, Christina. Listen, we're taking dominion. The promised land is there. It's a land flowing with milk and honey. Everything that you need is there. It's a sweet place. Grapes the size of a man's head. Listen, it's time to take dominion. And know this, I want y'all to hear me clearly. There will be people on your way to possess the land who you'll have to leave behind. There will be people that you have to step over because they quit, they couldn't continue. But you keep going. Because once you get there, they're going to be saying, oh, well, I guess you can get there. I guess you can do it. You are the one who will show them what's possible. Show them what's possible. Take dominion and watch God do what he does. Someone said, I jumped out of the shower just to type the dominion. I'm watching from my TV. Yes, Summerlin. Jason said, I'm taking dominion. Elvaline said dominion. Stacy said dominion. Sean said dominion. Hey, Sean Foster. Girl, I'm finna call you. I got a new number, so I'm going to call you. It's going to be a new number. It's going to be 850. Listen, God has already prepared a place for you, and it's up to you to go occupy it. Go take possession of the land. Listen, y'all, I pray that this word blessed you. And if you want to join us on the Forward Focus 21 day fast, put Forward Focus in the comments, right? Put Forward Focus in the comments. If you want to pre-order the book, if you want to order the ebook, put that in the comments. I'll send the link. Oh, let me show y'all the link. Maybe I'll be able to copy it and paste it in the comments. I know normally I do a bit.ly. I didn't do a bit.ly for it, but y'all know. All right, Stacy, I'm gonna send you the link. If you click that link, it will get you to the ebook, and then I'll email it to you. Look, what I know is this: what God is doing is going to supersede the expectations that people have, and people are going to be looking like, "Oh my God, how did that happen?" Because we built a solid foundation based on the promises of God, and we took God at His word, and we said, "Listen, God, I need you to do it for me. Lord, do it for me. Come on. Lord, do it for me. You said you would. Do it for me." Y'all listen, know this. Know that I absolutely love you guys to life and life more abundant. And if the word blessed you and you just want to sow a seed, sow your seed. Sow your dominion promised land seed. Put a seed on it. Put a seed on it. Put a seed on it. A Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. And do what God says. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. When we fail to do what God says, we miss an opportunity to get a blessing. We miss an opportunity. Angel number 144. He just wanted to put a little stamp on it. Okay. Listen, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah!